2525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration. Call 0808-237-0000 or 0811-584-1500 for more information. Niger Boss Factor Season 2. Celebrate culture, celebrate life. Terms and conditions apply.
Niger Boss Factor Season 1!
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize, M Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, Season 1, Niger Boss Factor, John International!
This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idadile, the winner of Niger Boss Factor Season 1.
Good evening and welcome to World Now at 4. I am Udwak Daniel. First, let's talk the headlines. And on the headlines, US approves $1 billion attack helicopters, others for Nigeria, as Buhari meets service chiefs. Still on the headlines, Zimbabwe bus crash leaves 35 dead ahead of Easter church event. Also on the headlines, IMF reveals Bulgaria's growth prospects dented by war in Ukraine. Burnley sack manager Sean Dyche with 8 games left of Premier League season. And now the news in detail. The United States Department has cleared the sale of 12 AH-1Z Cobra attack helicopters to Nigeria worth nearly $1 billion, apparently after US lawmakers lifted objections over human rights concerns. The Defense Security Cooperation Agency on Thursday announced the sale of the helicopters and related defense systems to the Nigerian military. The sale includes the Bell-made Cobras, 28 General Electric-made T-741C engines, 2,000 advanced precision kill weapon systems used to convert unguided missiles into precision-guided missile, and night vision targeting and navigation systems. The case highlights the Biden administration's attempts to balance human rights concern in the arms sale process. Foreign Policy had reported in July that the top Democrats and Republican on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee delayed the sale and concerns Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari was drifting toward authoritarianism. The country is facing multiple security challenges, including terrorism. And away from that story, Conference of Nigeria Political Parties, that is the CNPP, and allied civil society groups under the umbrella body Coalition of National Civil Society Organizations, that is the CNCSOs, have concluded plans to occupy the Central Bank of Nigeria, that is the CBN headquarters, Abuja, until the CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, resigns or denounces his purported presidential ambition and holds the activities of the support groups who are sources of distraction to his duties. In a joint statement issued in Abuja by the Secretary General of the CNPP, Willie Ezugu, and the National Secretary of the Coalition of National Civil Society Organizations, Ali Abacha, the CNPP and the CNCSOs noted that their action has become necessary to save the Nigerian economy from total collapse. Given reasons for the move, they said, it has become imperative to minimize the stress on the economy and to ensure that the relevant laws in the country are respected to the letter. According to them, Section 9 of the CBN Act 2007 clearly states that the governor and deputy governors shall devote the whole of their time to the service of the bank, and while holding office shall not engage in any or full or part-time remunerated or not accept such personal or charitable courses as may be determined by the board and which do not conflict or detract from their full-time duties. They therefore called on the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, to immediately resign or publicly denounce its purported presidential ambition and order groups causing distractions to the performance of its full-time duties to stop forthwith. Moving away from that story, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, that is the NSCDC in Bayelsa, says it has intensified efforts to ensure a safe and crime-free festive period across the state. Christiana Biakam Omanu, the state commandant of NSCDC, gave the indication in a chat with newsmen in Yenagoa on Friday. She said the security outfit has deployed its special squad to complement the regular personnel units to beef up security across Bayelsa all through the Easter celebrations and beyond. She said the deployment is a proactive measure to ensure that the peace enjoyed in the state is sustained all through the Easter festivities. The commandant explained that officers and men are already stationed on the major roads across the state, even as patrol teams and surveillance squads will provide security at public places and recreation centers throughout the period of the celebration. When we return, news from other parts of Africa. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. It is the World Now at 4 on Hills TV. Somalia has inaugurated 290 new lawmakers, bringing the country a step closer to completing a prolonged electoral process marked by alleged corruption and irregularities. The ceremony was held in the capital's heavily fortified Halane military camp, protected by sandbagged fences and high concrete walls. Somali police and African Union troops were deployed to the surrounding areas, putting Mogadishu under lockdown. Dozens more legislators are yet to be selected and sworn in. Later, the lawmakers will elect speakers and deputies for both parliamentary chambers before they sit to choose a new president. The swearing-in took place at the UN Humanitarian Coordinator in Somalia, warning that the country is facing a real risk of famine. Hussein Sheikh Ali of the Mogadishu-based research group said the inauguration of lawmakers make a great relief day for all Somalis and the international community who invested in Somalia to move forward. In recent years, Somalia has begun to find a footing after 30 years of chaos from strongmen and the abundance of armed groups linked to Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab, and ISIS. And now let's head on to Zimbabwe. The auto crash happened in southern town of Chapinge. At least 35 people died and 71 were injured in Zimbabwe when a bus carrying churchgoers to an Easter gathering veered off the road and landed in a gorge. The bus was carrying members who were traveling to an Easter meeting in southeastern town of Chapinge. Police spokesman Paul Nyathi confirmed the accident which occurred and gave account of the numbers of casualties. He further said, indications suggest that the bus was overloaded, as buses in Zimbabwe typically have an average capacity of 60 to 75 passengers. It is, however, said road accidents are common in Zimbabwe during public holidays when the roads are often busier. Many roads are pockmarked with crater-like potholes, which also contribute to accidents. We now move to other parts of the world after this break. Stay with us.
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, season 1, Niger Boss Fighter, John Idachola!
This year is even bigger and better. better.
My name is Joel Idajile, the winner of the Jabos Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Naija Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 5,500 naira payable to GT Bank account number 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 0901 625 2525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration. Call 0808 237 0000 or 0811 584 1500 for more information. Naija Boss Factor Season 2. Celebrate culture, celebrate life. Terms and conditions apply.
Always a delight to have you back. This is The World Now at 4 on Hills TV. Reports has emerged of clashes between police and people being forced out of their homes in Shanghai as the city enters a third week of COVID lockdown. Some residential compounds are being turned into quarantine centers, while millions are confined to their homes as Shanghai battles a fresh outbreak of the virus. Anyone who tests positive is placed in quarantine, but with more than 20,000 new cases a day, authorities are struggling to find enough space. The city in recent weeks has converted exhibition halls and schools into quarantine centers and set up makeshift cases in Shanghai have led some to ask whether a lockdown is necessary, hence some of the clashes. In recent weeks, people have to order in food and water and wait for government drop-offs of vegetables, meats and egg, and analysts say many are running low on supplies. The lockdown extension has also overwhelmed delivery services, such as grocery shop, websites, and even the distribution of government supplies. Since Jordan's Prince Hamza bin Al Hussein relinquished this title on April 3, official media outlets remain silent, wary of stepping out of line with the country's authorities. The first royal in the kingdom's history to make such Abdullah II's half-brother, which came a year after he was accused of plotting against the king. Since the announcement in which Hamza said his personal convictions were not in line with Jordan's current institutions, confusion has lingered among the Jordanian public, with rumors that he was forced to sign an apology letter that was published by the royal court a month ago. Hamza's announcement came as Jordan experiences a wave of public dissatisfaction, a crackdown on dissenting voices, and censorship of media outlets, the majority of which have still not been reported by the media. And now heading off to Palestine. Muslim holy month of Ramadan, at least 152 Palestinians have been injured in clashes with Israeli riot police at Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. According to the Palestine Red Crescent, Israeli security forces have been on high alert after a series of deadly Arab street attacks throughout the country over the past 2 weeks, and confrontations at the sacred Jerusalem site carry the risk of sparking a slide back into wider conflict between Israelis and Palestinians. In a statement, Israeli police said hundreds of Palestinians hurled firecrackers and stones at their forces and toward the nearby Jewish prayer area of the Western Wall in Jerusalem's Old City after Ramadan morning prayers. Up next on The World Now at 4 is Business News. Don't go away.
Boss Factor Season 1!
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, Season 1, Naija Boss Factor, John Idajile!
This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idajile, the winner of the Jabos Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Naija Boss Factor.
Welcome back and glad to have you back. Talking business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, that is the NNPC Limited, and its contractor handing the bulk of the $2.6 billion Ajaokuta Kaduna Kano gas pipeline project on Thursday stated that natural gas would be transported through the AKK pipeline in the first quarter of 2023. Both firms made statements during the inspection tour of the construction work on the gas pipeline project in the Abaji end of the facility in Abuja. The 40-inch by 614 kilometers AKK pipeline project, which was inaugurated in June 2020, is a section of the Trans-Nigerian gas pipeline with a capacity to transport about 2.2 billion cubic feet of gas per day. The AKK pipeline originates from Ajaokuta in Kogi State and traverses Abuja, Niger, Kaduna, and terminates at Kano. Speaking during the inspection of the project, the Group Managing Director, NNPC, Mele Kyari, told journalists that Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari would see the completion of the project before the expiration of its regime. Still talking business, the Naira slumped further and exchanged to dollar at 590 on Thursday at the parallel market ahead of the Easter festive period. Reports from some Bureau de Change operators revealed the dollar was bought and sold at 585 and 590 on Thursday. On Monday, the Naira had earlier traded to the dollar at 588 Naira. At the importer and exporter forex window, the Naira fell by 0.20% to close at 417 Naira after reaching a high of 444 Naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria, however, maintained 416 Naira as its official rate on its website. The CBN stopped forex allocation to the Bureau de Change operators in 2021 and later announced it would stop further interventions to the banks by the end of 2022. The Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria had solicited the CBN's support in ensuring the Bureau de Change operators continue to sell dollars to the retail end of the market. And now to matters concerning the IMF. International Monetary Fund, that is the IMF, on Friday said the war in Ukraine is likely to hit Bulgaria's economic growth, speed up inflation, and could pose credit risks. The IMF, which concluded a staff visit to Sofia, sees Bulgaria's growth tentatively near 3% this year, down from an earlier estimate of 4.4%, while inflation was likely to reach double digits in 2022, it said in a statement. The IMF said the Bulgarian banking sector remains well capitalized and liquid, but urged the central bank to watch for a possible increase in credit risk and other spillovers from the war in Ukraine. Still to come on The World Now at 4 is sports. Stay with us.
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize, M Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, season 1, Niger Boss Factor, John Idachole!
This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idachole, the winner of Niger Boss Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Niger Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 5,500 naira payable to GT Bank account number 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 0901 625 2525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration. Call 0808 237 0000 or 0811 584 1500 for more information. Niger Boss Factor Season 2. Celebrate culture, celebrate life. Terms and conditions apply.
Good evening and welcome to Sports News on World Now at 4. I am Richard Badung. Now to sports. Super Falcons coach Randy Waldrum has dispelled media reports that Barcelona Femenino forward Asisat Oshoala has been stripped of the team's captaincy. The American insisted that there had been no fallout between him and Oshoala or any member of his backroom staff in Oshoala's absence. Onomebi has captained the team in their last 3 games, fueling speculations that she may have been stripped of the armband. Reports also revealed that Asisat is recovering well and is expected to resume from full training with Barcelona next month ahead of the 2022 Women's Africa Cup of Nations billed for Morocco from July 2 to 23. Still talking sports, FC Bayern Youth Cup is an international tournament series open to 15 and 16-year-old boys from different countries across the globe. The FC Bayern Youth Cup Nigeria 2022 National Finals Selection Tournament will be hosted between 29 April and 1st May at the New Orca Stadium, Anambra State. Selected finalists from this year's invitational tournament will travel to Munich, Germany to represent Nigeria at the World Finals, where they will meet other finalists from around the world in October. Bayern Munich legend Giovanni Elba and Klaus Ongthala have been players at previous editions, with some of the selected players like Daniel Francis, Nwachukwu Christian and Stanley Iheanacho going ahead to represent the Nigeria national under-17 team at the under-17 FIFA World Cup and WAFU Championships. Away from Nigeria now to England, where Burnley have sacked manager Sean Dyche with 8 games left to their season in the Premier League. The Clarets, who have lost 5 of their last 6 top-flight games, are 18th and 4 points from safety. Dyche was the Premier League's longest-serving manager, having taken over at sophomore in October 2012. Burnley said it was an incredibly difficult decision to part the company with the 50-year-old, but feel a change was needed. Dyche's last game is in charge of Burnley saw them lose 2-0 to Norwich City, who are bottom of the Premier League. Assistant manager coach Steve Stone and goalkeeping coach Billy Mercer have also left the club. Meanwhile, the process of replacing Sean Dyche has begun and further announcements will be made to supporters in due course. Still in England, Chelsea's boss Thomas Tuchel has personally apologized to Conor Gallagher after Chelsea blocked the Crystal Palace midfielder from facing his parent club in Sunday's FA Cup semi-final. Palace made an official request to the Blues, but it was turned down due to terms of Gallagher's loan deal. The 22-year-old has impressed since joining Palace last summer and made his senior England debut in November, but Tuchel insisted Chelsea's decision was the right one. Tuchel also revealed that Conor was disappointed when he had the chance to speak with him. Away from football now to golf, where Bryson DeChambeau has had successful wrist surgery after being unable to compete at golf's highest level since breaking it earlier this year when he slipped on a marble floor while playing table tennis in February. DeChambeau was out for 6 weeks before missing the court at both the Texas Open and last week's Masters. DeChambeau, however, in an Instagram post said he hopes to be back competing at the highest level within the next 2 months, but is likely to miss May's PGA Championship. The 2020 US Open champion finished, and that's your sport news on World Now at 4. Back to Udwak for the rest of the news. I am Richard Badung.
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize. M Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, season 1, Niger Boss Factor, John Idachele!
Here it is, even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idachele, the winner of Niger Boss Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Niger Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 5,500 naira payable to GT Bank account number 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 52525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration.
Thank you, Richard Badun, for that one. Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. In the news, Britain's Prince Harry on Thursday visited his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, with his wife Meghan in Windsor Castle before going to Netherlands for the Invictus Games, a spokesperson for the couple said. The Sussexes are on their way to the sporting event Harry founded for the stable military veterans that starts in The Hague on Saturday. Queen Elizabeth will celebrate her 96th. The result of their decision to withdraw is taxpayer-funded protection on visits back to Britain, a decision that Harry is challenging in courts. And that's the world now at 4. But before we go, a quick look at the headlines. We told you US approves $1 billion attack helicopters armors for Nigeria as Buhari meets service chiefs. We also told you Zimbabwe bus crashed leaves 35 dead ahead of Easter church event. We brought to the fore the fact that IMF reveals Bulgaria's growth prospects dented by war in Ukraine. And on sports, Burnley sacked manager Sean Dyche with each 8 games left on Premier League season. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hales TV, Instagram at Hales TV,